That huge plot drop with Miu as a character. So, the vibes I was getting last week seem to kind of be on the dot. Miu is confirmed to be some form of traveler between worlds and dimensions, which, with the subtle hints we've gotten from this season, is starting to make a lot more sense. And now, with finding out she's more connected with the Grell, and with the reveal of this episode, it makes me question who exactly is Miu in the proper timeline. But for now, the main thing is Miu is from another world, another dimension, so to say. The question is, like, she came to this world, how did she get to this world? Like, what exactly happened? And alongside of that, is she kind of similar to a guardian, in a sense, that goes from different worlds? But for now, the thing is Miu is confirmed to be somewhat of the Holy Grail. She's like an error in the Holy Grail. Like, she is a rarity among people, because she is like a Holy Grail if it had a personality, like a personality and was a human being, close to a human being as possible. And Miu is just, yeah, that she right now has had this huge reveal with her that I need to just really soak it all in. Like, how do I react to someone is this powerful? That's the Holy Grail in a certain sense. And I'm like, this is kind of crazy. But also, how it was done. Like, when you see little Gil, just sitting there talking about this, like, you know, how it was her fate, to how this was set up, and just so many things about how, like, she tried to do stuff in the past. Just all this individual setup was so good. Like, Gil won the episode, and I thought I would not like Gil's voice actor quite a bit, because I'm used to, you know, the regular older adult version Gil with his voice actor that I'm used to from Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night. I'm used to that voice actor, and I'm kind of surprised that I am enjoying the voice actor of this little Gil, because you'd think with the attitude or this arrogance that Gil has coming off of him when he talks in those series, that it would be kind of hard to kind of have the similar vibe and atmosphere from a different voice actor that's kind of like a child version of Gil. But I feel like the voice actor is doing a really good job with kind of changing his demeanor with his conversations and the dialogue he's been presented. The voice actor is doing a good job with kind of shifting from these comedy scenes that show, like, you know, a little funnier side to Gil, but also serious scenes to where Gil's just getting down and is like, I'm gonna kill you all. And I like how the voice actor is able to show these different emotions of Gil as a character. So definitely a couple points to the voice actor for doing a very good job of voice acting Gil. Finally, all the cards are spread out on the table, and Illya knows kind of about Miu now, what her role is in the series and what she's really doing here. Something really bad has happened. Miu came to this world and Illya was her first friend. Illya's starting to realize a lot about the certain issues that's been going on since the beginning, and she wants to pretty much slap Miu in the face, because after what Miu said when she lets go, and she's like, break me and all that, because she wants, you know, whatever creature she's in, for instance, that's, you know, Gil right now, break this creature and break me along with it. I'm doomed to pretty much die. This is my fate, and I should accept it. And she says she's been running away from it. So it seems like she's had a very painful and sad life, judging by the way she revealed that type of information. And a lot of these scenes, though, seeing how this was done, especially with how, like, the Gil's, like, grotesque form. Now, I know it's not the exact same, but it reminds me a lot of the ending part of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. A little bit of spoilers here, I'm just gonna say. You remember when the Holy Grail was starting to attack Gil and stuff, and it had, like, this grotesque fucking form? Well, it kind of looks similar to that in a way. Yes, I know this form is actually Gilgamesh in a way, but just the way it's going down with, you know, how Miu's kind of being absorbed and stuff, it reminds me a lot of the final part of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. But even if it's not exactly the same, just the way the animation is done, it reminds me a lot of it. Now, speaking of animation, this is a perfect thing I want to talk about. Now, the animation throughout majority of Fate Kaleid usually looks spot on. It looks really good, and I don't really have much complaints about Fate Kaleid's animation. The only time I really need to complain about it is when we have probably CGI. Now, Silverlink, They do some really good episodes. I've seen some good CGI from them, but not all the time is their CGI good. And I got to be honest about this. When it came to Gil's, like, grotesque form with the hands and stuff, some of the CGI just looked really nasty. Now, just because I'm saying the CGI is bad doesn't mean I'm saying the episode is bad. It's an entirely different experience. I like the story, I like what's going on. I'm just saying when it comes to the way the animation was done, especially with, the way the hands were moving and stuff, you could just tell it was CGI and it didn't really fit with the background completely, and it kind of de-immersed me from the experience of the episode. But besides those type of issues, the episode was very solid, being able to reveal more about Miu with Gil's role as well. And I wonder if Gil is going to kind of disappear or if he's going to stick around, because right now there's like two different forms of him. You have his like child form that has like the shadow mud shit all over him once again, and then you have this, demonic looking weird demon form with multi-hands, attacking our group. And I wonder if Gil will kind of either A, die off, or B, will he stick around? Because it would feel like such a waste of a good character if Gil was to kind of be banished. How Saber was like, or the Berserker Saber, Ultra Saber, isn't that what she's called? Yeah, Ultra Saber. The Saber from the first season, like the first season of Fate Kaleid, when she was killed, it felt like such a waste a certain way, because, seeing a character like that introduced, you'd think, they would try to bring in more of these iconic characters of Fate Stay Night into the series, which I know this is Ilya's route, it focuses around her, but it would just been really cool to have a little bit more of those characters kind of interacting with Ilya and Kuro, and just seeing, the interactions of the characters besides just Fate Stay Night. But I just hope Gilgamesh isn't killed off. He has such a good personality, not just the kid personality, but his personality entirely is so good, and I really hope that his character gets to get dived in a little bit more, because there's a lot of things I want to know about Gil's past, and I wonder if we will get to see some of this through the series, because I've always had many questions about Gil, and I mean, he's a stuck-up asshole, the king of heroes, in which I know he's a cool character, I know about some of the things I need to know about, but I would just like a little bit more, info on his character, because, it's like enjoying a character, loving this character, but finding out something else about them that makes you love them even more, and that's kind of what I want to go with when it comes to Gilgamesh. And yeah, like I said, I just hope the mangaka or the writer, whoever wrote this, I don't know if Nasu actually wrote this, I don't know, I know this is a spinoff, and most likely one of his close friends or something wrote this, but I just hope the character, is not axed and just thrown to the side. Next week or the week after is going to be the finale, and I'm not really ready for that, because we're getting into some really good content, and I'm kind of upset that it's already going to be ending. That means we're going to have to wait until next year for summer to get around before we can see the continuation of what is going to happen here. But tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.